Hiya, welcome to Tech Dredge. Another unboxing today, or rather unboxings. So I've got an upcoming video, it's a couple of months away, so subscribe to not miss it, where two people have a competition to build the best hovercraft out of PC fans, and well, I have pretty much Noctua's entire range of fans here, so let's check them all out. I've done a fair few Noctua videos before, but this one will be the most definitive, most likely. So these three here are CPU coolers, which I will be thoroughly testing in a couple of weeks, so I won't open them now, but I am very keen to try the C14S down here in particular. I nearly bought a C14 for my personal computer, but decided on the U14S instead. So I think I'm going to start with the bigger, more standard fans and work my way down to the cool, unique stuff. So I have a 140mm fan right here. So this is the A15 fan, which is actually a 150mm fan, but it uses 140mm mounting point. So I'll use this as the basic example for Noctua packaging. Absolutely amazing print job. All the basic features of the fans are listed on the front, along with the fan model, of course. On the back you have a blurb, and then you have it again in 8 more languages, as well as what's included in the box and all of the tech specs. The back folds out for a beautiful in-depth description of all of the features of the fan. You pay quite a lot of money for Noctua fans, and granted you're probably paying quite a lot for the packaging, but it is very nice to see what makes the fan so premium. The front of the box opens too, to reveal the fan, as well as some gorgeous illustrations about how airflow works. The fan slides out from the top, and once you get to this plastic casing, you can see the wealth of accessories. There are 4 of these anti-vibration rubber mounts, a Y splitter, a low noise adapter for running the fan at a lower speed and therefore much more quiet, an extension cable, and 4 regular old mounting screws if you don't want to use the anti-vibration mounts and just mount it using the old school system. The fan itself is absolutely impeccably made. Always loved Noctua fans, and I've spoken about them in the past quite a bit. The A15 is a pretty unique model that's designed for mounting on tower CPU coolers, though it will mount to a case or radiator if you have overflow room, since you can see the 140mm fan mounts here, and then the fan juts out past them to be 150mm in total. I'm not actually sure why Noctua sent this fan. I didn't ask for it. I guess it's a spare for the D15 cooler. So I will be able to test the D15 with 3 fans. Should be awesome. Next up is the A14, another 140mm fan. But this one is more of a typical design to accompany radiators or be case fans. These anti-vibration dampeners peel straight off if you don't want them. Maybe. Sometimes you might be using fans in a confined space where even that extra millimeter they add is just a millimeter too much. Or maybe you don't like brown, in which case you can buy sets in different colors, though they look best in the black industrial fans. So next up, I've got a black industrial fan. This is the F12 120mm IP67 waterproof and dustproof fan. The packaging of these are a lot simpler. You, if I can get it, lift the lid and there's the fan. I know some, if not most people, prefer the black color scheme. I am not one of them. I think the black hides a lot of the cool engineering features of the fan. These industrial fans, let's see if I can get that cable out there, also spin much faster than the beige ones. This is great if you just need sheer performance, such as in industrial applications or machines where power is all that matters. But for general PC use, quietness is king, and I tend to turn down all of my fans as low as I can get them. These fans leave behind all of the accessories with the standard fans and include a longer cable rather than relying on an extension cable. I'm thinking the industrial PC fans will be good for lift motors on hovercraft, though they might be too heavy because they require like a 24-volt power source. There's the box. Oh no, wait, these are 12-volt. This is the 2000 RPM version, so that's even better. I'll be able to keep weight down and still be able to push an insane amount of air. Moving down in size to the A9, a 90mm fan. This is the A9 times 14, which means it's 14mm thick, which is very low profile. I'm guessing the most common use for this is on top-down CPU coolers in really small form factor cases. I think the standard A9 fan is 25mm thick, so this is for really tight environments. This model lacks the vibration dampeners on the corners, they're built in instead. Again, I'm assuming to save space. The A8 is Noctua's 80mm fan, and 80mm fan mounts are fairly common on small cases, so it's a good fan to be able to get. I've actually done a full review on this fan with performance tests and everything only like 3 weeks ago, so check that out up here. The A6 is uncharted territory for me. While I've got some great ideas on how to use a 60mm fan for hovercraft building, I'm really not sure on the general use case. I'm guessing laptops, and that might be it. I've never seen any consumer or server case use 60mm fans, at least not that I know of. So look at this. Even at this tiny size, Noctua keeps all of the packaging and the accessories and the fan quality as top-notch as on every other fan that they do. Every feature that was on the huge 150mm fan is on here. There's the stepped inlets around the edges to guide air in, and the little teardrop shaped microstructures which enhance pressure efficiency, I'm fairly sure. Like the A9 by A14, the A6 doesn't have the vibration dampeners, but it does have them integrated into the body of the fan itself. Last entry in the series is the A4. This is the 5V version because I had an idea for this, which I now think won't work, and I should have got the FLX version, but oh well. So at this point, the packaging to fan ratio is a little wasteful. There's a lot of discardable plastic here. That said, their commitment to quality on a 40mm fan is like amazing, but it also kind of borders on hilarious. The anti-vibration mount is as long as the fan itself. And talking of the fan itself, it's cute, and it still retains every single airflow optimization from the larger fans, right down to the anti-stall knobs on the blades. Unlike the 60mm fan, there are loads of use cases for a 40mm fan. The most common one I can think of, apart from laptops, is switching the fan out on a RAID card or professional capture card or similar, which could drastically reduce noise in a server or workstation, which is critical. Actually, the day after these fans arrived, I had a 40mm fan die on me. I think it died, I don't know, the cables just fell off. But anyway, I replaced it with an A4, and the A4 spins at 4,500 RPM, which is insane. But what's even more insane is that it makes absolutely no noise while doing so. I really don't know how the physics of that work. Plus, they somehow managed to cram like 7 blades into the space the size of my thumb. It also gets a slightly different accessory kit, since the use cases of a 40mm fans can be so specialized. So there is a 3-pin to 2-pin adapter kit, as well as a kit that lets you wire up the fan however you like. Anyway, this is a longer video than I planned. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching Tech Trades, and thanks Noctua for sending these fans over. Have a good one.